Hey everybody, let's get you ranking #1 on Google for your service area business. What's a service area business? That means any business that travels to its customers. So if you're a plumber, an electrician, a mobile groomer, this video is for you. This is going to be your guide to finally getting found online and really winning the local search game. What do I mean by the game? We're all trying to win and get our business to the top when somebody is searching for plumber near me, plumbing service, fix my water heater, whatever it is, and whatever those keywords are for your business. Does this sound familiar? You're out there, you've got a fantastic business, but online, it feels like you're completely invisible. You're probably wondering, why don't I show up on Google Maps even when a potential job is literally right around the corner? Well, you're not alone, and believe me, there's a very specific reason for that. And it's not going to be because you can buy my t-shirts down below this video. That's not what I'm going to talk about. Although if you want some more visibility, telling people to shop local, it's not a bad idea. All right, but anyway, so let's dive right into the challenge you're facing. The entire problem, the solution to, it all starts with understanding what kind of business you are in Google's eyes. If you get this part wrong, it's going to be the #1 reason that local customers can't find you. So in the world of local search, what's called a service area business, or an SAB for short. So if you're looking at this, all these SEO people talking, me included, sometimes we say SAB, that's a service area business. It's really not meant to be some tech jargon. It's really just a distinction. You're not like a brick and mortar retail store or a coffee shop, so you don't have a physical storefront for customers to walk into. And that means you can't just rely on a pin on the map to bring people to your door. So if you can't drop a pin, how do you get found? Well, the answer is all about mastering your single most important asset they have for discovery. And this is the foundation for everything we're going to talk about. That's your Google Business Profile, your GBP. Sorry, another short slang that we use, but GBP means Google Business Profile. It's that presence about your business on Google. It's basically for you, your digital storefront. It's the anchor for your entire local presence. But there's a key to this. For it to work its magic, it has to be set up perfectly for a service area business, not just for traditional brick and mortar shops. And this is right here. This is the biggest mistake we see people make. You can see it laid out on this slide. Look at that left column. For a true service area business, when you only go to customers, your physical address must be hidden on your profile. Showing an address where customers can't actually be served is a super fast way to get your profile suspended by Google. And getting these 3 steps right are really important. First, when you're setting up your profile, you have to choose that service area business option. Second, you have to hide your physical address. I can't stress that enough. And finally, you'll define exactly where you work by listing out specific cities or even postal codes. Now, Google also has some important rules here to prevent spam. You can list up to 20 service areas, but they should all be within, say, like a 2-hour drive of your base of operations. And if you don't actually serve those areas, please don't put them in there. And that base address, even though it's hidden from the public, it has to be a real physical location. Using a PO box or a virtual office, that's not good, and it will get your profile taken down probably. All right, so once you've got that foundation set up correctly, your job's not over. You have to actually actively prove to both Google and your customers that you're a legit active pro in the areas that you say you serve. So the first way to prove that you're real is what we call local citations. These are just mentions of your business, your info, your name, your address, your phone number, your website on other websites. So, think of business directories like Yelp or Angie or any other industry sites, or your local chamber of commerce. The crucial thing here is consistency, though. Your name, address, phone number, and website has to be 100% identical everywhere online. Like you can see on the slide, even a tiny difference like ST versus street can create confusion for search engines and can directly hurt your rankings. It has to be perfect. The second, and I'd argue the most powerful form of proof, is customer reviews. For a business without a storefront, reviews are your absolute lifeblood. They show Google in real time that you're out there, you're serving customers, and you're doing good work. And here's a little pro tip for you to make those reviews work even harder on your behalf. Gently ask your happy customers to mention specific service you did for them and the city that they live in. That's going to help your Google ranking. A review that says they did an amazing job fixing our water heater in Springfield. I mean, That's pure gold, right? It explicitly proves you're local and active across your service area. And it says now the next time somebody's looking for water heater fix near me, Springfield, who do you think Google's going to bring up? You have the review on it, right? Now let's just say you're doing everything right and then one day you log in, your profile got suspended, because that can happen, right? And it's a real fear for business owners. Let's actually build a crisis plan for that right now. And the first step is simple. Don't panic, seriously. The vast majority of these suspensions aren't some person, and I know pretty much every business has had this happen to them at some point. So Google's not targeting you, they're triggered by the algorithms. Often something as simple as you editing your business name or address or even your business category can accidentally set off a red flag. Now you need to know that Google's new reinstatement process is much stricter. You pretty much get one shot to make your case. So before you even think about clicking on that appeal button, you need to get your toolkit ready. Gather up your business license, recent utility bills, insurance documents, even photos of your branded truck or van. Why all the prep work? Because the second you start that appeal, a timer starts. You've got just 60 minutes to complete the whole process and upload all of your evidence. You've got to be ready to go before you start. All right, now let's build on all this. This isn't just about fixing problems when they pop up. It's about creating a proactive strategy for growth. Like maybe buying a t-shirt and advertising that people should buy and hire local in their community. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to buy a t-shirt. But if you did, it would support my channel. So thanks. All right, this is how you go from being invisible to actually dominating your local market. This isn't just a one-time fix. It's a sustainable playbook. So first, keep that Google business profile rich with photos, regular posts. Second, make asking for reviews a constant part of your workflow. And third, build out your website with specific pages for each key city you serve. Like a plumbing in Springfield page tells Google that you're serious about that area. And finally, tracking your results. See what's working so you can double down on what's actually making you money. So, by focusing on these core areas, getting the setup right, showing consistent proof, having a crisis plan, and using a growth playbook, you can turn that online visibility into your most powerful tool for attracting a steady stream of local customers. So the only question left is, which piece are you going to tackle first? Hit that like and subscribe button so you catch me in the next great video coming right up. Talk to you soon.